on the forehead of the informant. See, I'm the only one on Gorilla. Sims is back then. Red light on the forehead of the informant. See, I'm the only one on Gorilla. Yeah, just
I tell you, it's Carnival.
Yeah.
Ready to have a good time?
Absolutely fascinating. So another year, another Notting Hill Carnival has come and gone, and it just leaves me wondering, will there ever be enough Black Studies graduates out there to explain to these old frickin' dinosaurs just how bloody brilliant it all is?
Who's Daniel Boland? Oh, Daniel Boland, this is a heavy hitter. Do you guys know who this is?
Okay, so what are we doing here? Look, I'm not here like all of those other hack channels to read you all the stats, but here they are. 423 arrests, 40 knives seized, 11 firearms seized, 2 stabbings and multiple assaults. And about 15 or so of those assaults were on police officers. Now, I understand that there are basically 2 schools of thought when somebody reads those stats out. There are people who, just like me, have a general disgust for any kind of disorder on that scale. all of the essays, all of the violent assaults, all of the knife crime, the stabbings, you know. We don't like all of that, and not to mention all of the debauchery, the cellulite jiggling to the beat of a steel drum. Yuck. But then there are people who enjoy all of the twerking asses and, the general commotion and chaos. And they make a semi-solid point in saying that there were like 1 trillion people in attendance. What is a couple of, pickpockets, a few assaulted police officers, a few women getting essayed, a couple of stabbings, you know? It's inevitable.
Carnival in Notting Hill, London.
And I have to be honest, in the grand scheme of things, in London, I think people don't really know what's going on until they see the microcosm of what England has become in the Notting Hill Carnival. Do you know how many people get stabbed every day in London? So 2 million people attended Notting Hill Carnival, supposedly. That's what, like 1/4 of the population of London. Every day in London, between 40 and 50 people get stabbed. All right? Not in Notting Hill, though, where all the media types and lawyers and hedge fund managers live. So they don't normally see what Brixton looks like on a Friday night. And nor do a lot of people, to be honest. And you don't see them all smushed together like that. And people who understand stats a little bit can very honestly say, well, 2 stabbings, that's kind of... I like those odds. But, zooming out a little bit more... it's indicative of what we have come to expect, the lowered bars of English society now, where a couple of people stabbed over a 3-day period. That's fine, you know? How many assaults? Whatever.
In the year ending June 2024, police recorded over 50,000 knife crimes in England and Wales, which represents an 80% increase over the last decade. And the less said about the staggering increase in this form of ungentlemanly conduct over the last 20 years, the better.
Oh no, what is this? Is this a corner shop?
It's a corner
It's a corner shop.
Normally it's open, but obviously they've done this for Carnival.
They've literally graffitied the walls, you know.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you.
That is mad. Why is it so barricaded?
Well, I mean, I could tell you why it's all barricaded, but I'm not sure you'd like the answer, good sir.
For safety.
For safety?
Yeah, how much? For the Carnival.
How much? Man, you got some serious security here.
Tell them to take 115.
15?
Fucking start Carnival prices. Sunday Carnival.
Oh, those poor shopkeepers could tell you why it's all barricaded. The fatigue is real. Yeah. It's a damning indictment, isn't it, when people who come from...
आओ बच्चों सैर कराएं तुमको पाकिस्तान की इसकी खातिर हमने दी कुर्बानी लाखों जान की पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद आओ बच्चों.
When even people from places like that are concerned, you know things are not going well.
He tried to do me, done me out of town. Yeah.
This is really Carnival.
That is mad. No, I'm not looking at your face. Relax, man.
I don't know if you caught that. The girl off camera goes, "This is really racist." And who said it was about race? Eh? They've just noticed that it's probably best that they barricade their shop over Carnival weekend. And then the other guy goes, "No Carnival vibes in here." Look, I don't know if you've ever met anyone from the Indian subcontinent, but Indians and Pakistanis, they're not very carnival going. You know, they'll leave a slit open in order to make some money over Carnival weekend to hike their prices, but you won't catch them grinding on a tree trunk, you know, to the beat of the steel drum. Yeah, that's not really their scene.
That's all right.
It's good. The other shops are closing. Yeah.
Sunday.
Those shops
To Sunday. I never seen this before. This is mad. Yeah. A bottle of water.
Thank you.
That's water. That's all I drink. Only water. So cool. Thank you, guys. You got one guy there, proper hiding from me. He's like.
So, since I started making this video, new stats have started coming out which show that the arrests in total at the moment, at the time I'm saying this, are at about 530 or so, with 4 stabbings so far confirmed. And it seems like the authorities and many of the media outlets are hailing this as some sort of victory, because last year there were more stabbings and more arrests. And what the clips you just saw there of everything barricaded up, all the shops barricaded up, which has been happening for years, by the way, that's not a recent development, but it just sort of shows what we think is to be expected now. The standards, the lowered standards of what it is to live in England. I think it's not normal. It's not normal that because you're having an event in the street, all of the shops in that local area expect to get looted or damaged.
With the exception of the bookstores, of course.
We've got a security camera.
I've made this comparison a million times in other videos, but I live here in northern Spain. I travel all around Spain all the time. I've been to many, many cities. And it's there is no comparison. There are street parties all the time, all kinds of activities with big groups of people, and you don't get all the shops covering their windows. Like even in protests, it's not very common to see property getting damaged here. And whereas in England, we're just like, well, you know, there's a million people there. Of course they're going to smash all the windows. Of course they have to barricade up their shop and serve the people through a slit. What do you expect them to just carry on as normal? Well, there are plenty of other countries where that is the case. I live in one.
Última hora hay música hasta más tarde, hasta cerca de las 4 aquí en la zona de Porlier. Vamos a intentar adentrarnos. Ahí está la caseta del DJ que tenemos ahora.
And another thing I've been hearing a lot of is people who are criticising the Notting Hill Carnival, but they don't want to sound like utter stick-in-the-mud killjoy. So they say the problem with the Notting Hill Carnival is the format, okay?
There's nothing wrong with people getting together, but maybe holding this in the streets of Notting Hill, not just because of the violence that happens, but also, can you imagine the fear of the residents that are living there? Maybe we've reached the point where we have to say the Notting Hill Carnival, as it's currently constituted, simply can't continue.
You know, a lot of people are suggesting that it needs to be in an enclosed space. You know, they need to move it to Hyde Park or something like that. But again, I would just say, because I have none of those hang-ups about being called a killjoy, a party pooper, it's just very sad that you can't have a massive street party in England without people getting stabbed and repaid, you know? And it doesn't matter if the numbers are slightly lower than last year. They've spent millions and millions on police this year to ensure that doesn't happen in the same numbers as it did in previous years. It's still shit that 500 people are arrested. God knows how much property was damaged. How many police officers, 30 odd, would have been assaulted officially at the moment as I'm saying it. When that's just not the case in other societies. And I guess those people are right, by the way, that the answer would be to move it somewhere where it's enclosed, where there are metal detectors, where there's proper security, seeing who comes in and who goes out. But it's just sad that we have to be like that in the UK, when, as I say, here in Spain, you have massive, uncontrolled street parties. Anyone can come, anyone can go. It's all over the place. And yeah, everything's fine, more or less.
2 stabbings, no one actually murdered on this occasion, and this is being hailed as a largely peaceful event. In your experience as a Metropolitan Police officer, is 2 stabbings and 423 arrests for 1 million people partying over 2 days, is that a peaceful event or not?
Well, if you compare it with things like the amount of people, I think about 1 million people go to football on a Saturday, and if there was 2 stabbings there every week, then there would be something said about it. It is judged by lower standards. It's shocking, really, and that is simply down to people being afraid of being called racist. And what this means is that people are put at risk because of this event. They won't move it because they're accused of racism. They won't put a cost charge to it, even though the taxpayers are paying absolutely, 10, 12, 13, 14 million pounds. They could.
And there was an extra £1 million emergency fund given for the Notting Hill Carnival in the last few months to sort of help police it all.
Well, what are you going to do? The UK is a very stabby, rapey place to live these days. And that's a good note to end on, I guess. There's not really much else you can say, is there? I don't think. I don't got the solutions. If you've enjoyed any part of this video, I've enjoyed swathes, large parts of this video. If you've enjoyed any part, you need to give the video a like, please. It helps with the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Follow me on X and on Instagram. All of that is under the video in the description and in the pinned comment. And follow me on Patreon if you want to help out with the channel even further and get some access to some exclusive videos. And I'll leave you with the outro. I'll see you in the next one.
Well, that's all from us tonight. Look North is back in BBC Breakfast from 6:25. Good boy.